Jack Michaels along with Bob Stauffer on the Oilers Radio Network, 630 CHED, of course, our flagship home. And usually we'd be bringing you a game. Well, we've got a whole new game in our town right now, Bob, with the appointment of Bob Nicholson earlier in the week as the CEO of Oilers Entertainment Group, and Bob wasted no time bringing in Peter Chiarelli today as President of Hockey Operations and General Manager. Your initial reaction both to Chiarelli's ascension and what Bob has done in his first week on the job?
Well, it's been a week of game changers for the Edmonton Oilers organization, starting with winning the lottery. Obviously, you're talking about a generational superstar, and that changes the complexion for everything carrying forward in Edmonton. And then, the Boston Bruins electing to fire Peter Chiarelli, and Cam Neely obviously wanting a little bit more power in Boston. The Oilers are the benefactors. This is a guy, the Oilers, Bob Nicholson wasted no time to bring aboard here. We're talking, 9-10 days since the move was made. Edmonton gets an experienced senior executive that has won a Stanley Cup. You mentioned he's played in another one before, and I think we all admire to a large extent the style of game that Boston plays. They play, for lack of a better term, a man's game. They play a heavy, grinding game. The Oilers are built a little bit differently. They're a little bit more, in theory, they should be a little bit more of a skilled offensive squad. But I think you're going to see some changes as a result of maybe where Edmonton grows in the back end. And they do have some heavy horses coming, obviously, with a guy like Darnell Nurse, who's a future stud for this organization. Oscar Klefbom's emergence this season. So very interesting timing. And yes, Bob Nicholson, true to his word. He said, he wanted to go out and get the senior executives and then let them go do what they do, and you have a role where Peter is not just the president, but also the general manager. So we'll have to wait and see what happens on that front carrying forward with Craig McTavish's role, TBA at this time, but clearly a significant change in oil country.
Was it the fact that Chiarelli's available? Is it his relationship with Bob Nicholson? Is what he had done in Ottawa as well as Boston? Or is it just kind of a combination of those three things that you believe makes him the right fit for Bob Nicholson? And it also sounds like Kevin Lowe played a role in this decision-making process too, because of course both worked with Chiarelli for Team Canada. Right,
and that Team Canada reference, in our conversation that we had with Peter Chiarelli on Oilers Now, Peter mentioned getting to know Daryl Cates, the time that they spent during the 2013-14 build-up to the Olympics that year, which was the most successful Olympic performance ever by Canada, at least in the modern era. 17 goals, 4-3 against, since it doesn't get much better than that, and 6 consecutive victories. So, I think that a senior executive has to feel comfortable with the other moving parts around an organization. We both know that. That's just the way it comes with the territory. So, right guy, right time, right fit. And on the heels of the Oilers winning the lottery, and we're not done here, folks. This could be a massive offseason for the Edmonton Oilers. I personally think the combination of McDavid and Peter Chiarelli puts Edmonton on the absolute A-list for potential coaches out there as well. And that might be the next domino to fall here in Edmonton. Maybe not for a couple weeks, because we have the World Hockey Championship and we have some other high-end guys out there potentially in the mix, and then there's a guy that the fans really like that did a tremendous job late in the year as well, in Todd Nelson.
That's only a couple of years removed from the Boston blueprint that Peter Chiarelli, of course, was the architect of. 4 balanced scoring lines, heavy defense, and solid in net. And so the last two in particular. And good coaching. Well, and that'll be his most important decision. And today, Bob, it sounds like he's going to take some time with that. And I would think, because it's his first and most important decision, that's appropriate.
Yeah, I do think that we're going to be looking, if the Oilers don't revisit, and Todd Nelson's going to merit some consideration here, because he did a real
said he's going to talk to Todd Nelson first.
Right, and he did a real good job with the Oilers late in the year, but I do think the big boys, they have to be in, just as Chiarelli, a top-end senior executive looked at Edmonton and said, wow, that would be a great place to go right now. Not just the potential of taking McDavid, but also Hall, Nugent Hopkins, Eberle, Yakupov, Draisaitl, Nurse, and Klefbom. There's lots of good pieces.
And you've got assets, potentially 6 more picks in the first 3 rounds this year.
Absolutely. So a deep draft here. It's going to be a really entertaining summer. Let's get after it.
I was going to say, can we call the game tomorrow? He's Bob Stauffer. I'm Jack Michaels. We're the play-by-play broadcasting team. Of course, you'll be able to catch us live not only at the NHL Scouting Combine, but also 630 CHED's programming from the upcoming NHL Draft in late June from Sunrise.